Yo, what's good, my nephews and nieces? This is your favorite Uncle Demi, and today I have another special banger for you. I'm going to show you the most efficient way you can make a 1-star, 2-star program, then take them to dominance. So I'm not going to waste your time. We're going to hop right into it. So the first thing you want to do is you want to go to your recruiting board, and you want to recruit the top prospects that are 5 stars. And again, I know that's going to sound crazy to you, but it is going to make a lot of sense once I break it down. Okay, so this is what you want to do. You go to the prospect list, you want to hold R2, you want to go to any state. The reason why you want to go to any state is because if you go to recommended, it's only going to give you teams that the game recommends you to recruit. You don't want to do that. You want to go to any state. That's going to give you all the 5 stars, 4 stars you have out there. Okay, now the reason why you want to do this is because you're not going to scout these guys. You're not going to waste any points scouting them. You're just going to give them a scholarship. And one thing I realized is that if you look at the playing time, his deal breaker is playing time, and I have an A+. Okay, his deal breaker is playing time. I have an A+. Right? I am going to be an A+ for a lot of these guys because the simple fact is they want to play. And guess what? My team sucks. You can come play for us. It's really that simple. So what you want to do again is go ahead, get the 5 stars without scouting them at all, just offer them a scholarship. Then what you want to do is you want to go to your 4 stars. But how you want to go to your 4 stars is you want to go by position. You go to each position, you want to look at their deal breaker, make sure the deal breaker is playing time, that is A+, and then what you want to do is make sure they are the archetype that you're looking for. I love to run a lot of power option and stuff like that, whatever. So now I am going to look for running backs that fit what I want. I want really fast, shifty, or I want north and south type power running backs that can play like a fullback for me from my power spread set. Okay, so that's what you want to do. And I already pre-populated it for you, so I did that already. All the work is done here. Every single one of these guys, as you're going to see, their playing time, proximity to home, all that, as you can see, look at the A+, A- going all the way through. Right? If you look in the bottom right, deal breakers, all this A+ and A-. That's what you have, right? You have yourself already set up. Then what you're going to do is go ahead, offer them the scholarships, and then that will be the first thing you want to do. Okay, so that's rule number 1. All right, so now we're going to look at step 2. So we already got our recruiting board already filled out. Then what you want to do is you want to go ahead to your coaches' abilities. You want to take a look at your coaching abilities. As you can see, I already have 110 points. Why? Because I pre-ordered the game early. So it depends on how you want to do this. If you have the 110 points, that's perfectly fine. You want to go ahead and utilize them. But you want to make sure whatever points you have, you want to use those points before you do any type of scouting on these individuals and before you advance your week. Okay, now I chose to go the recruiter route because obviously the quickest way to build a program is by getting the best athletes you possibly can. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna go ahead and I am going to upgrade my recruiting because this is what you want. It takes quarterbacks take less time to fully scout. If you only have a limited amount of points, you want to go ahead and utilize them as quickly as you can. Now the caveat behind this is that it depends on how heavily you're recruiting in certain areas, how many points down you want to go. The only thing that sucks is that tier 3 is something in the beginning that you don't need. So that's the reason why I'm only stopping at tier 2. It would be nice to go tier 4, but you don't want to waste that many points up front. I'd rather just go ahead and get my tier 1 and tier 2 because when I advance the week, not only am I going to be able to get that little bit of boost from increased start interest from quarterbacks across the board, but it'll also help me later on down the line when I want to recruit a certain position again. It's going to take me less time to do that, which again, with limited amount of hours you want to do. So number 2, what you want to do is you want to go ahead, build up your recruiter. You don't need to be doing any other position. Coaching ability. Recruiter is the route you want to go because again, the quickest way to build efficiently is to go ahead and get the recruiter aspect. Now, the tier 3 portion will fall in the off season, which again will help with the transfers. But if you want to flip your team as quickly as you can, this is the route you want to go. So number 2 is to go ahead, be a recruiter and fill out your top tier, your top 2. If you have the 110 points, do that. If not, as you advance and get more points, these are the tier 1, tier 2 across the board is what you want to do. You just don't want to put any points on your kicker. So I'm going to fast forward and then we're going to number 3. All right, so I want to point something out. For some reason, shape, or form, after I upgraded my coaching abilities, I went back to my recruiting board, and now my deal breaker went from an A+ for playing time now to a C. So now it basically knocked us out of these deal breakers for both of them. That is very strange. Not sure what happened. It was literally, as we all say, you can go back in the video and look, it was an A+ for my playing time. Now all of a sudden it's a C. Doesn't make any sense, because at the end of the day, you 100%, we all can agree, if a 5-star came to Delaware, they would definitely be starting. But here's another caveat that's pretty funny. This is an athlete, and for some reason, the athlete is not pinned as a quarterback, I'm guessing, because his playing time is still an A+. So that's something to keep in mind. What I'm going to do is keep these 2 quarterbacks on the list, but I'm pretty sure they're going to fall out because I'm not even able to offer them a scholarship. But I just wanted to point that out. I thought that was pretty crazy. All right, so next thing you want to do is you want to take a look at all the players that have now put you in their top 10, and you want to go ahead and put all the points into them, okay? So I already did that right now with my running back, with Pat. And the cool thing is Pat has playing time and proximity to home as A+. So this could really pan out really good for me. So we're going to see how that goes, right? And then as I come down here, I am looking for anybody that's in the top 10. And as you can see, I do not, all right? I do not have anybody else in my top 10. I still have these deal breakers here that has not happened. So I'm gonna go ahead and take these guys off the board, because there's no way I'm going to be able to, after this week of semi, I'm not gonna be able to get them. So now, as you see, out of the 350, I put 300 here. So then the next question would be, well, what would you put your next bit of coaching points in, right? Well, that's pretty simple. What you want to do is you want to go right back up here and put them into your 5 stars. And as you can see, this guy's a 5-star gem. I know I said do not recruit them. I mean, do not scout these guys. But since I had points left over after I filled out my whole roster, I decided, hey, what the heck? Let's see what these guys are. So we're going to go ahead and put our remaining on these 5 stars. Again, I'm not worrying about it. At the end of the day, if I get one that is going to be groundbreaking, and that's all that I really am looking for. So as you can see, my 5 stars, I have now put them in there. Now, the next thing you want to do is you want to go and get your impact players, people that are going to be, making impact for you. I got the halfback already. So then these halfback here, unfortunately, I will go ahead and leave them out. But now I want to take a look at my quarterbacks. So I go to my quarterbacks. These are the quarterbacks I have. I did recruit him. He is a broken gem, but at the end of the day, beggars can't be choosers. I will take this guy with an 83 speed, with 92 throw power, and 85 deep ball accuracy. Not sure why he's considered a broken gem, but I'm gonna take him, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and put in 50 on him. And then I got a quarterback right here. This is a dual threat quarterback also. And as you can see here, obviously he's not as great as the other guy, but I'm still going to put hours into him, because I know at the end of the day, I am going to need a quarterback, okay? This is before if I predicted anything about the transfer portal. So that's the next thing you want to do. Number 3 is you want to go ahead, take a look at the players that are in your top 10. You want to go ahead and put points in them. And then after you do that, put the remaining points in your 5 stars that are still allowing you to hang around. And then the next thing after that is you want to go ahead and put the remaining points on your impact players that are going to really help you, which will be quarterback, receiver, and running back, okay? So that is what you want to do for number 3. All right, so now this is where everything hit the fan. I finally advanced through to the next week, and now you see a lot of individuals that are now gone. So remember, I said don't panic, right? The individuals that are, that were there originally, or that you put the hours in, they're still here, they're moving up, and now you want to get rid of everybody else. Now, the cool thing is, most likely now, the 4 stars that are still remaining, they're probably going to be there for the next couple of weeks. So that's a positive. But what you want to do now is you don't even worry about filling up your recruiting board anymore, right? You just want to go ahead and focus on these players you have. This might take the whole season, okay? The whole entire season it might take to be able to get the results that you're looking for. But at the end of the day, it's going to be well worth it. So I only have 14 people on the board, okay? I got my 2 receivers down here. Quarterbacks right here, and then for some reason I got my 5-star, and look who I'm battling out with. It's not like this is going to be something that's too crazy to look at, because we already know we're just trying to get to that recruiting visit, and he's not close to getting that recruiting visit, but we got 50 hours there, and we're battling against not big major programs, so that's good. Same thing here. We're number 6. We do have some really big programs here that we're battling out with. Same thing here. What it's going to look like, this right here, wide receiver here from Wisconsin, this might be something that we might be able to pull off. Again, as long as we have playing time in our back pocket, this should really help us out a lot. Baylor is cooking with grease with this guy. It looks like we probably are going to be out of the mix for this one. But again, I'm not going to be deterred by that. I'm not going to end. I'm going to go ahead and continue to push forward with this, okay? All right, now I just want to show you that I was able to get the running back, 5-star recruit running back. I am not able, as it looks like I'm in a recruiting battle with Oregon. I'm not going to get that. But what I will say is that it really helped out a lot that none of the big powerhouse schools was coming after this 5-star. And of course, it helped out a lot also that playing time and proximity to home was a A+. But as you see, I used the sway, right? I was able to sway him because originally it was brand, exposure, championship contender, and playing time. So again, number 4, very important, is that you want to make sure you utilize your sway abilities. It is something that's new this year. And again, if they're going to implement something new into the game, or they're going to revamp something new in the game, you best believe they're going to make it worth your while. So you want to make sure you are utilizing the sway abilities as a tactic, not like it was just last year. You want to continue to use sway. You want to continue to obviously do your recruiting visits, like I said, but the big one here is to make sure you utilize sway. It is going to help you a lot. This was a game changer for me. It allowed me to get the 5-star recruit because originally I was not looking pretty solid with a D+ and C+, but then when I was able to sway to an A+, C+, that allowed me to go ahead and beat out everybody else to get my first 5-star recruit on my 1-star program. Last and final thing you want to do is you want to make sure once you have cleared out your 4-star and 5 stars, there's no other opportunities. Now what you want to do is focus solely on finding 3-star gems. That's it. So right now, as you can see, I have a 3-star gem right here I just found. I put 50 hours in. I have another 3-star gem I just found. I put 50 hours in. I have another 3-star gems I just found. I put 50 hours in. And that's all you want to do. If they're not a 3-star gem, as you can see down here, as I break these out, you just go ahead and pass them. Just drop them off. Don't utilize them. I still have some more hours to do, but once you find a 3-star gem, you want to go ahead and drop as many hours you can into them as possible and continue to do that. Once you do all these 5 things, you're going to build up a team very quickly, okay? I'm letting you know that right now. As you look at my recruiting cycle, as I back out, I was able to get a 5-star. Okay, I was able to get 1 4-star athlete, dual threat quarterback, even though he was broken, but it doesn't matter. He would absolutely start. Okay, and then I have another quarterback athlete that I found. This wasn't a 3-star gem. All right, this was a 3-star gem that I had. I ended up getting him just solely off the simple fact, as you can see right here, he had extender on bronze. I said, okay, that might work, right? But I did go against my grain. But at the end of the day, you want to go ahead, get your 5-star gems. Okay, don't scout them, recruit them, right? Offer them a scholarship. Then go to your 4-stars. Once you go to your 4-stars, you want to go by position. You want to make sure they match up with your deal breakers that give you the A+. You want to get that deal breaker as quickly as you can. That's going to help you out. And then also based off positional need. Work your way through that. Then you're going to be cooking with grease. But I'm telling you right now, if you do these 5 things, you're going to be doing really well. Also, make sure you stay tuned. I'm going to be using this Delaware team. I'm going to be doing a complete rebuild for them, so check that out also. But other than that, it's your favorite old head, Uncle Demi. I'll be back really soon with the banger, man. You know, when I say back soon with the banger, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm talking about tomorrow, man. I'm out.